Welcome to the Create with Rhonda studio. This video is kind of my wrap up of our Hang Your Stocking bundle. So this week we chose to show you lots of projects using this, and I've got a few more to show you today. And I'm just going to show you a quick video on how to put together our last one. And I want to introduce to you this adorable little project, which is a part of my next online class, where you're going to make all these beautiful frames out of cardstock and then decorate the inside. And so on this one, you are going to make this exact one. We run all the pieces for you, and you're just going to have to assemble it. In the online class, you're going to make 6 of them. Here's a sneak peek of one more. There'll be one for all the different seasons. This one will obviously be for winter, and this will be for Christmas, and then we'll have one that will go through summer, and we'll have one that has, for February, all kinds of adorable frames. And we'll teach you how to make the frames in 3 different sizes as well. So there's a little sneak peek of my upcoming online class. Okay, but let's finish up with our Hang Your Stockings. I just want to show you the one last card that we have for you. And what you're going to need is a half a sheet of crumb cake. And then I used a sheet of the Garden Green, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I ran that through the with our new pine, I think it's called Pretty Pines embossing folder. Love this so much, and it creates those little pine branches just hanging over there. So I'm going to fold this in half, and we're going to glue this down. This is a very simple card. I wanted to give you a card of an idea that you could mass produce. Because typically, if you're making Christmas cards, you don't make just one. You have to make usually like 20 or 30 or 100 or something like that. So I'm going to glue that down. If you saw, I used Fast Fuse. That is definitely my adhesive of choice. I live in Michigan, and it's very, very humid here. So, so because of that, if I don't use, sometimes other adhesives don't stick as well. This one sticks really, really well. So there you go. So now I get to go to my Warmth and Cheer Designer Series paper, and I get to pick whichever pattern I want. I could use this one, it matches. I could use this one, we'll go really cute. But I already have in mind, I want to use this flannel print right here, which has a little bit of the Delightful Dijon in there. So this paper is already full of flannel and pattern and Christmas and warmth. It's called Warmth and Cheer, and that's a perfect name for it. So that's that pack of paper. It comes in 6 by 6 sheets, and I believe you get 48 sheets in a pack, so it's a lot of paper. I'm not gonna use a stamp set. You could just stamp these and run them through, but I'm gonna make this simple. So we're gonna use the paper, and we're going to go into our framelit set here, and we're gonna run this through. Let's go ahead, and I actually gonna do it right here for you. Let's grab out the Big Shot. Stocking down there, so it's got the flannel. We also need to take a little piece of crumb cake, which I have here, and we're going to run the little pieces that go on your little stocking. So there's these 3 little pieces that you need for your stocking. I got those 3. Then that's what we're going to run through. What's great is you can run it through all at once, so it's not as time consuming as it looks. So we're just going to crank that through. You guys know when I ever crank anything, I just go through once, and then you can go back through again. So that way you know it's definitely going to get cut. Okay, so let's take our little pieces here and bring those out. Everything is all been cut. Here's our little pieces. Let's put those right back so I don't lose them. The little framelets are very easily get lost, because they're metal too. So there is all the pieces that we ran through that we need. And I am going to put those back in the container so I don't lose them. All right, now let's go back to our card. We need to assemble our little stocking here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive in the 3 places where I need to add. We got our little cuff right there. And then we have our little part that goes on this goes on the back part there, and then this goes on the toe. So we have our adorable little boot there. stocking, and I'm going to stick that down to the front of our card. I'm just kind of hanging from one of the branches. I love the Trio Baker's Twine, the thread. It comes in garden green and cherry cobbler and this beautiful gold, in which I picked this because I matched the little gold strands. I cut off a really long piece because I actually want to double up and make a double bow. That just makes it a little bit thicker. And I just freehand tied that up in the air. It always looks a little goofy at first, and you just kind of work with it till it gets to be this nice, cute little bow. And then we will trim that off here with my paper snips. So it's a cute little one. I brought my little mini glue dots. This is what I put them down with. So you just take a little mini glue dot off of there, and that's gonna go at the top. And then our new jingle bells. Love these. These are some of the silver ones. I used up all my red ones. And no, I did not thread this through. You can. I tried. Mine does never look very good. So I prefer just to stick my little jingle bell on just right there with another little mini glue dot, and you can never tell that I didn't thread it. So there is a very quick and simple little stocking that you can do. The last thing I want to do is take, I would stamp some words down there. You can choose the Merry Christmas, Happiness is Coming to Town. I love that one. You can choose to use whichever one you want to down there at the bottom. But there is a very quick and simple card and a little sneak peek. These are so beautiful in person, and it's kind of hard to visualize these frames. These are just two of the ones that you would make in the online class. There you go. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget that if you do order this month for September through my online store, you're going to get 5 free homemade cards sent to you in the mail. And if your order is over $50, I'm going to send you a free stamp set along with that. It's an exclusive set that you can't purchase. So check out the blog for the pictures of that set that would come to you. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week with a whole brand new bundle.